So students, assalamu alaikum. We have percentages as our next topic, and after sequence and patterns, we will be having a series of videos on percentages. In this video, this is basically the first video on this topic, and in this video we will be having a brief overview regarding percentage, what is basically a percentage is, and we will be discussing a formula which is used to calculate percentage, and we will be solving a question on how to find percentage. So starting with the word percentages is nothing but fractions and special kinds of fractions that has 100 in their denominator always. And if I want to define percentage, I can say that it is something out of 100. Anything which is out of 100 is a percentage. We use this symbol to represent percentage. It is a slash with two dots, and we can write percentages as 10%. If we are writing 10% means percentage is always out of 100, so I can write this in the form of fraction as 10 upon 100, and I can divide these two to get the answer in decimal as well. So I can write percentage in the form of fraction and decimal as well. 20% will be written as 20 upon 100 in the form of fraction, and I can divide these two numbers to get my answer in decimal form, and that will be 0.20. And 126% can be written as 126 upon 100, and when on dividing, since I know there are two zeros in the denominator, so I will shift my decimal to two places and it will become 1.26. So a percentage can be greater than 100, and percentage is basically a very important topic, and it is not that much new because we always use this topic in our daily life. We can use percentages to represent the charging of a battery, the charging of our mobile phones. We can use percentages in order to tell how much nutrition, carbohydrates and proteins are there in our diet. And there are several uses of percentage. We can use percentage to describe the tax amount. We can use percentage to describe the discount amount. So percentage is very much common to us, and we daily use this topic. And if we are using this topic, so we must know how to calculate percentage and what is the percentage of something means. So for that, I am just describing percentages. I am giving a brief overview regarding percentage. Percentage are fractions that has 100 in their denominator, and we can write percentage in the form of fraction and decimal as well. If I say something is 0% means it is 0, because 0 upon 100 is always 0. And if I say if something is 100%, so I can write it as 100 upon 100, and it will always be equal to 1. So the if we say I am putting 100% effort means I am putting my effort 100%. And sometimes you also hear that you have to give your 110%. So this means you have to give your best plus 10% you have to add more. So a percentage can be more than 100. It's not like that, okay, 100 is the maximum value. We can also use percentages as this is 126%. So we can use percentages that are greater than 100. We have a formula in order to find the percentage. Percentages is equals to something upon total. In order to find a percentage, first I have to form a fraction, and then I multiply that fraction with 100. So in order to form that fraction, the denominator will have a total number, and something will be the thing which I have to find out, the thing which I have to calculate, that will come in the numerator. The total will come in the denominator, and after forming a fraction, I will multiply this fraction with 100 in order to get the required percentage. For example, we have a question in front of us. The question says Jerry, an electrician, worked 9 months out of the year. Jerry is an electrician which is working 9 months out of an year, and we know that there are 12 months in a year. So we have to calculate the percentage of the year did he work. So we are interested in finding out the percentage of the work of Jerry. How much how much Jerry works in the form of percentage. So first of all, I will write my formula, and I will use the symbol for percentage. Percentage is equals to something is the thing I have to find out, and I have to find out the amount of months, the months which Jerry works. So they are 9 months. 9 months Jerry work, and how much out of 12, because there are 12 months in a year. What percent of the year? So there are 12 months in a year, so 9 months is the duration which Jerry worked, and 12 is the total. and I will multiply, in order to find percentage, I will multiply this fraction with 100. And on simplification, I know that this is 3 and this is 4. 3 divided by 4 is 0.75, and when 0.75 being multiplied will become 75%. So Jerry is working 75% of the year. So this was a brief overview regarding percentages, and percentage is basically fraction that has 100 as denominator, and we can write percentages in fraction and decimal as well. And we have a formula to find out the percentage, that is something upon total multiplied by 100. Something is the thing which we have to calculate. This is a question, and in this question we have to find the percentage of the work which Jerry do. So Jerry is working 9 months out of 12 months, so I wrote 9 upon 12, and then since I have to find the percentage, so I multiplied this fraction by 100 in order to get the required percentage of Jerry's work.